All right, what we have here is a 2008 Mazda 3. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, I guess so. It's got 145,000 miles on it. And one of the problems, pretty common with a Mazda 3, I think with a Mazda 6 and whatnot, these front-wheel drive models from the mid-2000s on up, is that the shifting linkage kind of gets bound up. And what'll happen is, and if you're experiencing this, you'll know, when you go to put it in park, it kind of does something like that, where you put it in park, the P doesn't light up, the car probably won't start up in park, you end up going to start it, you got to put it in neutral, and then you hit the key and you start it up and stuff like that. Well, if you search the internet and you wonder what is going on, there's a lot of things in there, and there's one, and they'll tell you, oh, that's this bracket. You got to bend this bracket, which is on the front of the transmission where the linkage goes into, and they'll strengthen up the linkage or lengthen the linkage or something because your linkage is been stretched out. Or there's another one, they have you take this apart, and there's like a yellow doohickey in here. I was going to do it, decided not to. And you put that on, and that's going to fix it. And I'll tell you, this is what worked for me. And it was actually pretty simple. And as you can see right now, I'll turn the key on. You see it's in park. I can do like that, put it down there, put it back up, boom. It's in park, starts in park. And if you could feel this, you could see this thing moves just like it was new. Just like it was new. And what it is, what I found and what worked for me, it's lubrication. And as you know, a little lubrication always works pretty good in almost every aspect. And for me, all it was I got a 70-year-old can of Texaco motor cup grease, and it's just got some grease in it. Grease doesn't really go bad. I happen to save Texaco cans, so I had this. But any type of grease will work. And you'll see, I'll show you where it is. Now the belly pan's removed off of this, and it's right there. If you can see where the end of the linkage goes down, you can see some grease hanging off of that right now because I just re-greased it today. So it's a bitch to get at if your belly pan's on. You might be able to get to it from the top. And what you can also do, this will help a little bit in a pinch, is from the top, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but from the top, you look down, you can see where the grease is hanging off a little bit, way down there. Get a little WD-40, a can of that, or whatever. And from the top, you can kind of spray down there and spray the WD-40, some sort of lubricant on it. I think I used this at one time. Anything to get that lubed up. All right, but when you really want to fix it, I mean, lube it up, really lube it up. Get a bunch of gob of grease, put it all over it, lube it up like you're going to whack it off because it'll take it. And after a while, it just keeps getting better and better. And pretty soon, your shifting linkage is like new. So there, it doesn't cost much. If you happen to have some grease laying around, it doesn't cost a thing. And pretty soon, your shifting linkage will probably be just like the brand new car. And it'll be fixed just like that. All right, so that's a tip on the shifting linkage. And worked for me, hope it works for you.